just because the Wolf King moved the chopsticks first before him. This male wolf just turned 2 years old. He was rubbed on the ground by several elders in turn. It's always up to the leader when the wolves eat, and this little male wolf dares to eat without authorization. This is undoubtedly a blatant challenge to the wolf system. The leader banished him viciously and strictly ordered him not to return for life. The young rebel's name was Coors. Born different from other wolves, he has golden eyes. Legend has it that the wolf with golden eyes is destined to be king. This exile, but the first thorn on the road to his new crown. Next he will depart from Romania. After more than 3,000 kilometers, they arrived in northern Spain. Begin his miraculous road to kingship. Coors walks through the forest. Golden eyes sparkle. The sky is high for the bird to fly. The land is wide open to him. Coors, who left the wolves. No more obeying orders. His nature was finally released. Low-level individuals like him. There is no opportunity for development in a wolf pack. Come out and have a go. Maybe you can break out of the world. With an infinite vision for the future, Coors only took 5 days, more than 200 kilometers. Now he has entered a completely unfamiliar forest. Since leaving the wolves, he hasn't had a full meal yet. Coors was 2 years old, not yet mastered the ability to hunt alone. But that's okay. As a powerful wolf of destiny, he has many talents and abilities. It's easy to fill your stomach. Wolves have an extraordinary sense of smell. Now he can smell the prey. Intrigued, and it turns out it's a badger. As a close relative of skunks, this guy has a stench gland. The smell is extremely unpleasant. And 4, with a sense of smell 40 times stronger than humans. The smell is even more unbearable, although Coors was starving. But the badger stench still turned him off. He said he would rather starve to death. I will definitely not eat this cheap stuff. This is the last dignity and pride of the loner. With a sensitive dew, G knows, Coors soon had a new target. This is a muscular adult red deer. Coors, who was hiding in the dark, hesitated. Usually these big game, it takes the cooperation of the wolves to capture. But by this time, Coors' stomach was empty. Even if you go it alone, he must also give it a go. The frightened red deer ran away in an instant. Coors followed suit. However, the unscrupulous horse path rushed straight onto the road. Coors' face was earthy. Now he finally understands. Why is the human highway a forbidden area for wolves? And he was even more curious about who this hunter was. Why can you kill your prey in one blow? But dismissive of the food you get. But Coors couldn't handle that much either. Filling your stomach is the business now. But before he could talk, the terrifying hunter is approaching again. Shocked, Coors ran away. I am afraid that the next person to lie on the ground will be myself. Wolves eat about 2 kilograms of meat every day, and Coors has found nothing for days on end. But this is it. He decided to sleep first. Maybe when you fall asleep, you have everything in your dreams. The sky has just polished, and Coors set out to forage. Coincidence. I happened to run into Brother Xiong at breakfast. Since food is so scarce, why don't you go eat and drink? In the past, in order to avoid conflict, brown bears share their spoils with wolves. But this hungry and powerless lone wolf in front of me, obviously nothing to fear. Halls doesn't look like he's going to win. However, This person dares to. Before the Wolf King, the stunned young man who moved the chopsticks first decided to take a risk. A few rounds down, Coors didn't get any cheaper. Only then did he realize that he was no match at all. I had to lead with my tail between my legs. And so Coors went hungry, continued to run southwest along the forest trail. A group of wild horses galloped by not far away. It is said that one of the ancestors of the Wolf clan is following such a group of wild horses. Just found a thread of life. Coors scene. Head to see hope. Hurry up and follow. Watch the Mustangs form a sinister formation. Coors alone. I seem to have suddenly realized the truth. Whether it's a wolf or a horse, it is inseparable from the strength of the team. I can only rejoin the wolves to survive in the wilderness. Maybe. And that's what that ancestor found. After defining the new goal, and Coors went on, search for new wolves. In the face of extreme hunger, you can eat any kind of food, except for spiny-looking animals. Because there's really no way to talk. In the blink of an eye, spring goes to autumn. Coors has been living alone for half a year. He's alive and kicking, and the body is also a lot more rounded. No one knows how he survived. Anyway, in order to survive, he took the risk of eating human-raised chickens and ducks. Also on the street at night, go through the residue in the trash can. But the life of the rooster is not a long-term solution after all. He must find shelter from the wolves before the cold winter. After a trek of more than 500 kilometers, Hall's hit it by mistake, broke into a nature reserve in Serbia. Here he breathes a different air. Suddenly, a familiar smell came to my face. Running past him was a pack of wolves. This is the moment he's been waiting for. After all, after the ordeal, Coors has lost his former edge and ready to submit to the new Wolf King. Among the wolves, he recognized the wolf at a glance. And then I took on a very respectful pose to demonstrate that he is not in danger. I just want to join the wolves. But the result is not satisfactory. The Wolf King rejected him without hesitation because there was just enough food in the area to feed the wolves. One more member is just one more burden. After 217 days of wilderness training, Coors now has become an excellent rat catcher. Although it is just a mini set meal, but at a critical moment, it's a life-saving elixir. As the last sound of the deer died out in the forest, the footsteps of winter are also quietly approaching. Coors sets off for the Serbian mound. Tames, he is still full of vitality at the moment. But to survive the winter alone, for Coors, it was a tall order. The snow in the sky made Coors realize, what I really miss is the time I spent with the wolves. He howled. I hope to hear from other wolves. A shrill cry broke the silence of winter. But there are no wolves in this area. Just this morning, a chance encounter can change everything. And a crow in the shadows calls out, trying to attract Coors' attention. But Coors had no time to care. Finding food is his top priority right now. This bull looks out of luck today. The raven's frantic calling annoyed Coors. He had never seen such a noisy animal, so he decided to follow the call and find out. Studies have shown that wolves and ducks have been strategic partners since ancient times. In crows hunt for prey, wolves are responsible for the export of force. Obviously, this crow is sending Coors a team invitation. An energy text, a capable warrior, hunting squad. It was set up. This lone wolf has been endearing for months. Finally, no longer alone, Coors roared happily to the sky. Although the size of the two is very different, but that doesn't stop them from being tacit partners. Of course, tacit understanding doesn't happen overnight. They still need some running in and understanding. The crow led Coors to a stag. Facing such a huge prey, Coors' expression says it all. He turned to look at the little crow. "You look up to me too much." And the crows seemed to realize it's really inappropriate to hit the boss as soon as you leave the novice village. He flew to the other side of the hill, find easier targets for teammates to use. The sight in front of him made Coors salivate. Compared to small fries, cute tutu is obviously more to his liking. For catching such prey, Coors is already familiar with the way. Flash is time. Tutu is fleeting. The first collaboration was a great success. It turns out, the success rate of gang crimes is really high. Since then, and the crows were always there for him. In the days with CR, Ows, Coors is also satisfied. Weeks later, winter quietly exits. As the snow melts away, the wilderness reveals the new green of early spring. Coors was finally able to continue his journey. Spring goes, spring comes again. Coors has been away from the wolves for a year. He looks much thinner than before, but the desire to survive remains undiminished. The crows accompanied him from the Serbian border, across the Bosnian nature reserves. After traveling more than 1,000 kilometers, they arrived at the third country on their journey, Croatia. However, there is no feast that never ends. On this day, the crow decided to leave. Spring is the breeding season for animals. For their own happiness, the crows have to go first. And so Coors is alone again. But he didn't stop moving forward. He regained his pace, speeding towards Slovenia, 200 kilometers away. But there is still no place for him to live. Coors had to move on, rush to the next stop in Italy. Late spring, on the banks of the beautiful Tagliamento River, Coors finally meets another wolf, a female lone wolf also adrift. Like most teenagers in love, Coors joyfully ran towards each other, but he didn't dare look the girl in the eye, because it was a highly provocative act. So he decided to show his skills. Show your fishing skills to the wolf girl. It is undoubtedly a wise choice to get closer with delicious food. Lonely Coors. In this way, he captured the heart of the wolf. Two lonely hearts have finally found each other. Can't help but howl with excitement. Like most wolves, Coors will be with significant others for life. and the crows came to say goodbye and introduced his significant other. Now, they all have their own families. Crow, never worry about this unreliable brother again. This farewell, but care. Meet in this life. Keep in mind. After saying goodbye to old friends, Coors takes the wolf girl on the road again. The forest is where they belong. Now I have a wife to back me up. Coors finally dared to snatch food blatantly. The two couples cooperate. It's effortless. See? The bear tries to retrieve its food. But in case of injury, put yourself in a dangerous situation. After weighing the pros and cons, the brown bear finally decided to leave. Coors is still in combat mode, although he soon regained his composure. But deep down, something primal is on the rise. Transform his temperament, and it was this primitive directive. Drive Coors to the front. Lead significant others to new destinations. Along the way, they went hand in hand. Through Italy, across France, straight to the Alps. Today's Coors is not what it used to be. He's ambitious, alone. Where to go, when to hunt. Everything is up to him. This forest has excellent conditions, but another pack has claimed it. They also raised a litter of cute wolf cubs. This is enough to prove that the food is abundant here. Otherwise, these pups wouldn't survive at all. However, in the face of the intrusion of outsiders, how can wolves easily share territory? The Wolf King took on a fight to the death stance. Hush, Alls knew his odds were slim, but backing down is not his character. In this tense moment, there was a sudden noise from the depths of the forest. It turned out that Professor Leon led the Wong Wong team up the mountain. Coors and the other wolves fled. And the Wolf King just now ran straight towards the hunter. Maybe lost my mind. Or maybe it's to give the cub a chance to survive. 2 gunshots. A whale. The Wolf King never appeared again. Coors and significant others run in the opposite direction. On the way, they found a wolf cub following them. Coors didn't know him. The little wolf crouched down and bowed to him, as Coors did a year ago, desire to join what other wolves do. Finally, the hard-spoken and soft-hearted Coors. I still took in this little wolf. So far, the duo has advanced to a small team, and Coors has officially established the status of a lead wolf. 3 wolves howling together. This is how they want to inform the other wolves. We cannot be underestimated. When they sprint toget, at full speed, the sonorous and powerful footsteps echo through the forest, like a paean to nature. When their figures reappear, it's already thousands of miles away in Spain. During this time, they have gone through countless hardships and obstacles, but fortunately, in this inaccessible mountain range, they finally found their final home. The following spring, Coors' significant other gave birth to his first litter of wolf cubs. This is the continuation of their lives. It is also the hope of the community in Peru. From Romania to Spain, passed through 8 countries. The whole journey is more than 3,000 kilometers, almost across the entire continent of Europe. This lone wolf who was expelled from the pack completed an almost impossible legendary journey. When he stopped stopped to look back. The reflection in the pupil is no longer fear. It's stillness. Wolves may not become the most powerful wolf, but he will surely be able to lead the wolves through a new crisis.